Peace and blessings, everybody. I pray everybody having a blessed day. Listen, I respect all styles of training. I really, really do. Like, whatever your interests are when it comes to working out, it's truly, really up to you. I'm somebody that keep things super simple. I train people with these super simple movements, and a lot of them comes from just being just bodybuilding. Actually, the bodybuilding movement, is it the best? For me, it is. Something else could be the best for somebody else. A power lifter style of training could be the best for them. So many different styles, kettlebells, and you have all these different styles of training and stuff like that. But for me, I keep it simple, man. I always train people simple because I always keep in mind the beginner, because I used to be a beginner, and then later on in life when you get older, those movements are still important, and bodybuilding style kind of breaks things down to be able to train all your body parts. You train all your body parts with the other styles as well, but I think bodybuilding kind of breaks it down a little bit better for me, in my opinion, right? So, and it's just a few movements that you really even need, when it comes to working out. But the grand scheme for me is when I'm dealing with beginners and people that's elderly, is because these movements help you in your everyday life. You know what I'm saying? I always have a vision, and I always explain to my clients is that when you're pushing something up, that's your shoulders, you always putting things in cabinets and pushing and pulling, you always picking things up. Flexibility, it's not necessarily always about lifting heavy, but when it comes to bodybuilding, it allows you to have the flexibility, be flexible in bodybuilding, and not necessarily have to always think about lifting heavy. When you look at bodybuilders outside of some of the famous ones, because when we think of bodybuilding, we always think about stage. But even let's go there for a second. When you look at them, they are not, unless the ones that's on steroids, right? When you look at a bodybuilder, a lot of time they're not the strongest person in the room. They probably not even the biggest, you know what I'm saying? Unless they taking something that's enhanced. A lot of us, man, we aren't super bulky, like, you know what I'm saying? When we think of bodybuilding, we always go to them, right? The guys that's on stage, but bodybuilding truly, really, the essence of bodybuilding means build up your body. It's not necessarily talking about going on stage. A lot of bodybuilders that build up their body have never walked on stage. You know what I'm saying? But it keeps the fundamental breakdowns of each movement of the human body, which is the shoulders, which is the back, which is the chest, which is the arms, the triceps, your legs, you know what I'm saying? Like your lower back, like it hits all of that, the upper chest, the mid, the lower chest, your abs, your glutes. Like bodybuilding allows your body to hit these things so you could do well with everyday life. You know what I'm saying? That's why I choose bodybuilding more than anything else, because you could literally work on one, unless you're trying to, do stage, be on stage and stuff like that. But even so, I even give you my example. My first bodybuilding show that I've done, I did one body part a day, and I did the cardio, and I did the cardio, and my nutrition was on tack. You know what I'm saying? With those movements, I was able to create a body that going on stage that I went in 5th place. So you don't have to, get crazy You don't have to get real super crazy when it comes to training. Just keep it simple. Simple, going in there, doing whatever you have scheduled, and get up out of there, and that's it. Again, any movement out there or style of training like that, it's clearly, I'm not hating, I am a fan of all of it, trust me. I look at track and field people, I look at long distance runners all the time, I look at CrossFit, like I do all those different things. I'm not doing none of those things. Could I do them? Of course, anything you dedicate to from a period of time, you could get, better at, but to just my style, it's just bodybuilding was just my style. Even now I do a style of full body where I do upper and lower, and I have a program that I do, but it's still based upon bodybuilding movements. You know what I'm saying? So I could come out here and do regular life well. You know what I'm saying? It's all about gravity, density, vibration. I want to be able to keep my body under certain vibration, so I'm able to always be able to do certain things, push and pull with my own body, and using weights just allow me to be able to be strong enough to do that. And you don't have to go crazy heavy. You know what I'm saying? 90% of the time my training is not crazy heavy. I'm not trying to show up for nobody. I'm just trying to be productive in my regular life, because I do so much more outside the gym than I do in the gym. You know what I'm saying? And in return, you do get a nice physique. You know what I'm saying? I've seen women that I've trained that's near in their 60s, man, and after some time, you start to see the shoulders and the arms kind of start developing because they've been under this pressure for so long. So that's all I wanted to say. Like, when you train, a lot of us, majority of us, find something that's simple. Find something that's simple, unless you're training to be in a sport, unless you're training to do some type of event or something like that. That's fine, because I done Spartan races. When I done Spartan races and stuff like that, yeah, I had to change up a little bit. Yeah, I had to go outside, do some running. I had to work on my legs a little bit differently. I had to do some little HIIT cardio in between, or around my workout, stuff like that. It wasn't all steady cardio or none of that stuff. Like, I had to change up. Everything had to be explosive. I had to do certain movements, so when I go do the Spartan race, I'm able to, do the movements that I'm going to be doing while I'm there. I'm going to be running. I'm going to be running up the stairs, down the stairs. I'm going to be pulling things, pushing things, jumping on things. Like, so I had to train that way. You know what I'm saying? So, but outside of that, once I was done, I went right back to basic bodybuilding movements. That's it. Basic, steady cardio. Like, I always eat pretty much the same, depending if I'm gaining weight or losing weight and stuff like that. So just keep it simple, guys. I believe bodybuilding movement is the best. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but when I think about beginners and older people, even the middle, you know what I'm saying, I always say you could build a nice body just keeping things simple. That's what I've been trying to say this whole video. I love you guys. I'll see you next video. Peace.